Today I'm talking about borrowed dominants, and I'm on page 29 in the Christmas workout. And you see here our regular triads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know already that the 1, the 4, and the 5, 4, and the 5, 7, are your three primary triads. But often you'll see key changes. And what happens there in those key changes is that you borrow a chord from the chord you're going to. Now in the key of C, or any key, the most important of those borrowed chords is the 2x7, where I'd go from a C chord and suddenly play a D7, and that pulls me into a G chord, which is 5. And then I'm likely to go 5, 7 back to 1. And that's the most common one. And you would hear that one in, say, Jingle Bells. 4, 1. All right, now we've got to go to a 2x7, a D7, which takes you to G, and then you go back to your G7, and you're back to C, and then it stays there. Or it might be, this is a really common one. 5, 7, back to 1, 4, now you're fine. Okay, I can play this by ear. Okay, then you're stuck. No. So the first thing you try is going to be the 2 chord made into a dominant. So, and that takes you to 5. In fact, the 1 chord can become a dominant and take you to 4. Then you've got to do a 2x7. Then the next chord is going to be another one. It's going to be a 3x7, taking you to 6. Then back to 4 and 5 and 1. So looking at this sheet right here, this is the most common one. The 1, and then the 2x7, and then the 5. Now look at the others here. You're making a dominant out of 1, takes you to 4. So I could go, let's see. Takes me to 4. Takes me to the 2x7. 5. Now 5, 7. There's a couple of them. So you can make a dominant out of 1, takes you to 4. You can make a dominant out of 2, takes you to 5. You can make a dominant out of 3, takes you to 6. You can make a dominant out of 6, takes you to 2. And you can make a dominant out of 7, that takes you to 3. So and you notice that since in the normal key, the 2 and the 3 and the 6 are minor chords, so it's easy to resolve to those minor chords. Now you'll notice that there's one missing. There's no F7, because if you made a dominant out of 4, that takes you to B flat, which you don't have, so you can't do that. So here it is again, and I'll call the names this time. C, going to C7, goes to F. If I go to D7, built on the 2, goes to G, which is 5. I can go to 3, dominant 7, E7, takes you to 6, which is A minor. And then we can make a dominant out of the 6, which is A7, takes you to D minor. And then a 1 going to 7, a B dominant 7, takes you to 3, which is E minor. So now you can see this a little better. Very common to get that kind of a secondary dominant.